Camariñas, heart of the Costa da Morte. Camariñas occupies a peninsula with two completely different faces, the most amiable and placid facing the generous river, and that which faces the Atlantic Ocean, the wild and open sea, subject to the blows of tides, storms, fog and sea currents that have scattered thousands of shipwrecks along this coast. Stories of the sea that places like the Cemetery of the Englishman, the Trece Inlet and the islands of Lobeiras and Camariñas ooze with. Names of ships such as Serpent, Iris Hull, City of Agra, Nile and Benora persist in the culture of people both close and unknown. A chunk of coast renamed by tragedies the Costa da Morte, the coast of death. To avoid maritime accidents, the first lighthouse in Spain with electric light was lit, the Vilan Lighthouse, unusual for its surroundings and location. A majestic 105 metres above sea level and characterised by the union between the building and the tower by means of a tunnel of steps carved from the rock itself, a nautical light source that still gazes out over sea vessels and shows the way to visitors via a wide programme of activities in its facilities. As early as 1933, it was declared a place of national interest. A sea of spring tides has gradually given shape to the marine platform, with maritime caves, pebble beaches, spits of rock beneath shallow waters and small islands. The hands of the wind have moulded different shapes out of the rocks, like the stone of the bear or that of the lovers of Reira. Near here, in the area of Trece, the rampant dune of Monte Blanco, 150 metres high, is its most significant work. Like the aeolic dunes that provide shelter for the biggest reserve of Camariñas, Portuguese crowberry, the bush that gives the municipality its name. This is an area of great biological richness included in the Red Natura Nature Network and declared a place of community interest with protected species of flora and fauna, like the birds that nest in Cape Vilan, the common guillemot, the black-legged kittiwaki and shags among others. Their presence has led to this rocky environment also being classified as a special protection area for birds. This is a coastline of virgin beaches, deserted and wild, like those of Reira or Trece. Around the river, in the villages such as Camariñas and Arur or Camariñas, the municipal capital, the Atlantic is calm and seems to beckon you in for a swim. The sea is the protagonist of legendary traditions. To the Virgin of Carmen, patron of fishermen, prayers are said for prosperity, and the Dance of Arches is performed together with a maritime procession every 16th of July. Camariñas is a sea of hands who have inherited the ancestral knowledge of the capture of fish and seafood. At the mouth of the Grande River, the shellfish gatherers collect cockles and clams. On the wildest coast, the goose barnacle gatherers pull up chunks of sea from the rocks, avoiding the pounding of waves. The shallow water fishing boats bring the octopus of Camariñas and varied fish, livening up the fishing port with their activity. A sea of flavours in the hands of expert cooks who extol the quality of products that are brought to life after they're acquired at market. The transformation of fishing has been undergoing an evolutionary process. From the disappearance of salting factories to the modern premises of the local conserves factory. The lace maker used to waiting, making lace for the return of those who venture out to sea. They impose speed on the pins that weave the threads by means of twisting, crossing or braiding to create fine lace with sinuous shapes, imitating the spray of the waves rising above the rocks. Girls grow up learning the tradition with the same threads of the sea that feed their labours. In Easter, since 1981, to the Camariñas Lace Show. In a sea of lace, national and international lace makers land to show off their work. a fashion show in which creations by new and established designers are presented, working together to promote Camariñas lace. On land, gazing out to sea, steps are guided by the experiences offered by nature tourism. The face regarding the river is an oasis of tranquility for the practice of nautical activities. To walk along the Insua route and observe the country house of Camariñas or enjoy the work of the seafood gatherers. The route of the windmills in A Ponte do Porto bids us farewell from the Grande River before we encounter the sea. The coast route, parallel to the coast, offers us spectacular landscapes. In Camede, the circles and artistic shapes left here by Manfred Nandiger, the German of Camede, show the connection between this artist and nature. Santa Mariña, with its port at the foot of Monte Blanco, the remains of the Fosso de los Lobos, Trench of the Wolves, a unique trap in Galicia with a natural wall next to the coast, reminds us of the existence of wolves in the territory in days gone by. Camariñas is a place to harvest good memories. Camariñas is a sea of lace. A sea in the heart of the Costa da Morte. A sea of shipwrecks. A sea illuminated by the Vilan lighthouse. A sea of nature and sport. A sea of marine knowledge and flavours of the sea. A sea of marine culture and welcoming people. Camariñas is sea, all sea.